Okay, so this is my presentation, company case study presentation. In this presentation, I'm going to cover my ideal employer, my ideal role, my past experience, current skills and advantages, plan of action, how will work experience help, and trying to find work. Is there a reason it's missed now?
I don't know. Sorry. Are you able to work through that? I do understand.
Okay, so my ideal employer would be Radio 1. For a lot of, when I was younger, I used to listen to a lot of talk radio. I used to listen to 5 Live and Talk Sport a lot. But then I started listening to Radio 1 when I was about 13. And I listened to it a lot. Radio 1 is aimed at a 15 to 29-year-old age demographic, so it's aimed at a young audience, which I was, still am. It's a new music station, and it aims to support UK artists mainly, as much as possible, which is quite important, I think. And also it's a platform for live music. They have events like the Live Lounge and Tim Westwood, like you said. And they have their big weekend every year, which is quite a big event which they put on. Okay, my ideal role, what I really want to do is head producer on either daytime or specialist music show. Obviously daytime radio is quite popular, especially Radio 1. There's a lot of, but specialist music is, I'm quite a fan of indie music, and it's, I'd quite like to maybe work with introducing, but that's not actually Radio 1 so much. But ideally I'd work at Radio 1. My past experience, I've not actually had much experience in radio today, but I have had experience in a lot of similar fields, which are useful. I've worked in theatre sound. I've done 3 weeks working with a theatre sound designer at the Royal Court in London and the National Theatre. I've spent 2 weeks in a theatre sound equipment high store, and I also did the whole sound design and setup and everything, getting all the equipment sorted for a production of Alice in Wonderland at my school in a 500-seat theatre, so it was quite a big show. Also television and film, like music and sound. My dad works in the industry, so I've picked up quite a lot just being around him. He's a composer, so he works with a lot of people doing that kind of thing, and through him I've managed to get work experience at big recording studios in London, Air Studios, which I sat in on sessions and helped setting up like orchestral sessions, voiceover stuff, which is quite close to radio, and stuff like that. I've also done some live music stuff. Our school talent show is quite a big thing every year. Ended up being a 4-hour show this time, and I spent half of it stage managing it, and the other half I was mixing at the desk, and I also helped organise a lot of it, as well as doing we have a small music festival on our farm where I live, and I've done quite a bit, like sorting out sound equipment there and stuff, trying to organise some of that. Okay, current skills and advantages. I've a good level of skill with some editing and production software. I can use Pro Tools quite well. I've learned that recently. I've been using Audacity and Logic for quite a long time, so I'm quite competent on them. So yeah, I can use them to quite a high standard. I also have, not directly related to radio, particularly, but through my dad I've met quite a few people in film, theatre and TV, which is quite useful, as well as a few people in radio, but not a huge amount. Okay, my plan of action. I plan to gain as much work experience as possible. I've already managed to arrange work experience at Peer Productions, which is a London-based company, a Brighton-based company even, which is an adaptation of War and Peace by Tolstoy for BBC Radio 3, which is being recorded in a theatre. They were planning on doing it at Glyndebourne Opera House, but they don't have the funds, and that's happening in the spring. I will try applying for work experience through BBC Careers, which is quite a useful thing. It'd be nice to get work experience in the BBC, as well as trying to apply for the commercial media groups like Bauer and Global. Okay, how will work experience help? Work experience will give me an opportunity to meet people and make valuable connections, which I can use to further my career. It will be an opportunity to practice useful skills such as producing, editing, and probably making tea and coffee as well. And it will also give me an opportunity to see if this is actually what I want to do, if this is the way I want to go. Because I don't want to be going down doing something I don't particularly enjoy. After this, trying to find work, I'm going to have to apply for as many jobs as possible, whether it's community radio, commercial or BBC, and do it for as little pay as whatever, do as much as possible, gain as much experience as I can. I'm going to have to be prepared to take jobs that don't necessarily lead to what I want to do, so just to gain experience.